over the last few years, a lot of people I've heard want to go to Canada to settle down. Now, before Canada also, there are a lot of Indians who have this dream of going to other countries and settling down. And that's why they come up with different ways. Some people decide to do their MBA in another country because it's easier to get a job. Some people have relatives and they try to apply for a PR way before they are actually planning on going, etc., etc. But luckily for Canada, Canada itself has opened its arm to welcome people from across the world to come there and settle down, especially the qualified ones. So what does that mean for us, like for people who are in India? Those who are qualified, right, whether they are chartered accountants or they are ACCAs, they have a way to go to Canada, apply for a Canadian CPA, which is the Canada CA, because if you're a chartered accountant here, it's going to become easier to become a Canadian CPA. You become a Canadian CA essentially, and then settling down becomes much easier. So in today's video, we're going to explain how, whether you are a chartered accountant, an ACCA, or even neither, what can you do and how do you land up going and settling over there, and a little bit about CPA Canada. First things first, the eligibility criteria. So we've split it into two parts. One is if you have to go through the undergraduate route, and the other is if you have to do it through the CA route. First of all, for the undergraduate route. Now, unfortunately, most Indians don't end up doing the undergraduate route because of these reasons. Number one, you need a 4-year bachelor degree, which we have 3. So unless you go to Canada and you appear for the 4-year bachelor's degree, you won't be eligible. And also the 4-year bachelor degree has to be a specialization in accounting, in an accounting degree. Doesn't generally happen too much in India. However, if you still like to go to the undergraduate route, you've got to give something known as the CPA prep exam. Once you pass that, then you're eligible for CPA Canada exam. So that's the undergraduate route. Again, most Indians don't end up doing this. What most Indians do end up doing is the other route, which is the CA or the ACCA route. Wait guys, hold on. As per our statistics, almost 92% of you guys do not subscribe to our channel. So what are we doing? Hold on, subscribe first and then continue the video. Now, for example, I know this guy, okay? He was a CA in India working at KPMG, and he wanted to go to Canada with his wife. So he landed up giving ACCA. Migrated, he and his wife both, by the way, they gave ACCA, they were already chartered, working in KPMG, they gave the final level of ACCA, both of them passed, they went to Canada, gave the CPA Canadian exam through this route I'm going to tell you all, and have now settled there, planning on staying there for the rest of their lives. Similarly, I have 2 faculties also which have migrated over there. So, what do? If you're a chartered or an ACCA, technically, you have to give only one exam called the CFE, the Common Final Examination. And that's it. I'll explain the details of this in the next section of this video. But that's all. You have to give this one exam. You're recommended to give 2 capstone modules, but that's not mandatory. So what's mandatory is only the CFE exam. Go there and you can give the exam and you'll be done. Generally, the exams are every May and September. There are no examination centers in India, so you have to go to Canada. And that's it. So if you're already a chartered and you're planning on going, go to Canada, give the CFE exam, and you should be done with the Canadian CPA. Right. Next is the academic structure. Now, the academic structure for the CPA Canada course is quite simple. Okay, it's broken down into these parts. There are 2 core modules, Core 1 and Core 2. There are 2 electives, Elective 1 and Elective 2, which has a total of 4 subjects, and you need to choose 2 out of them. There are 2 capstone modules, and as you can see, each of them have a separate reasoning behind them. And finally, there is the Common Final Exam, which is the 3-day exam testing you on the entirety of your competence as an accountant. So after you give these 4, or depending on the exemptions you get, only give the CFE exam and you're done. Lastly, the work experience required for CPA Canada is 30 months, 2.5 years, unlike 3 years for either ICAI or ACCA. And finally, the fee structure. Now, just before the fee structure, guys, if you all want to know more about these kind of courses, please do subscribe. If you all like these kind of courses, put in the comment which is the next one you want, and we'll get back to you. Coming back to the fee structure. Now, as you can see on the screen, if you went through the undergraduate route, your total CPA course would be around 6.5 lakh rupees, based of course on the conversion rate and all. However, like I again and again have repeated, most of the people from India who do it are CAs or ACCAs. For them, the because of the exemptions, it's much less expensive, right? So if you're a chartered accountant, based on the memorandum of ICI between ICAI and Canadian CPA, it will take you less than 10,000 rupees for the initial registration and approximately 40,000 as an annual subscription fee per year. That's it. So it went from 6.5 lakh to close to 50 grand per year, approximately, if you are a chartered accountant. So I think fees wise, CPA Canada is extremely reasonable compared to any of the other courses. So I think we've covered all the major details for CPA Canada that all of our students have ever asked. However, if you miss something that is specific to you, please do let us know in the comments and we will ensure that we respond to you specifically. Thank you.